Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a video talking about a little trick that I've shown it before. I've talked about it a bunch. I don't know if I've actually shown it though. I can't remember. But anyway, I wanted to make a dedicated video. I think I want to make a short as well because it keeps coming up, and I figure it's good to have the information out there for people. This is the EDC relative. You guys may have seen my disassembly video of this bearing swap. Really love this knife. I'm having a great time carrying it. It's been in pocket for about a week now straight. Just really love it. The only issue I've had, and it's kind of I think a me issue, is I bent the clip a couple times, and it's because I wear these off the grid surplus pants or shorts, and I love them. They're my favorite, but they have these kind of back side pockets. They're like mag pockets, but I use it to carry knives or whatever. And I've been carrying this there because it's a right-hand clip, so I can carry it on my left side in that sort of mag pocket, and it keeps the blade against the seam. And at work, I have like a desk chair, and yeah, I'm kind of fat, and the arms of the chair, when I sit down, if I am not paying attention, I kind of sit down fast, and once I'm going down, it's kind of hard to just stop midway, especially when you're not even thinking about it, and I'll catch the clip. The clip will kind of catch on the arm. And the other day, it just was like sitting up here, and I was like, oh, shit. And I've done it 3 times since, but not enough to bend it out, but I think enough to relieve a little bit of the tension I bought myself. So what I wanted to do was show you this trick I have to adjust clip tension. And I'm sure most of you know, but some of you may not, and that's why I wanted to do this. So first, I'm going to grab my driver. This is my Audacious Concepts Anso tool. This is my favorite driver right now. It's got such good grip. It's like a frag pattern, and it just gives you so much grip. It's got a nice spinner on the back here, so you can get a nice palm move spin going. Just a great size. The ergos are perfect. I just really, really like this guy. So what I'm going to do is take the clip off. Now, I'm going to remember that this is the longer screw on that side, and this is the shorter screw on this side. And then I'm going to take my clip. Now, this may not work with every knife. There are some knives where the cutouts are so specific and they're not something you can reverse, so it won't work. But what I do is I slot the knife in backwards, and sometimes it doesn't quite fit in, but I think this one does, yeah. And then you got to be careful to make sure you put the right screw in, because one thing you don't want to do when you're doing this is have your screws in loose or wrong, because you might, strip your screws out by putting too much tension down. So what I do is I just get this guy started here. See, I lost that pocket, unfortunately. Let's see if I can get the screw. There we go. Got the screw going a little bit. And I'm going to find it. It's just a little difficult on this one because the cutout is very specifically shaped. So I have to just land it in the right spot. Don't know why it's giving me such a hard time. What is going on? I had it in there. What is going on? There. Oh, I sort of had it. All right, I'm just going to try to screw it in. Enough dilly-dally in here. If I get the screw going, I should be good. There we go. Okay. Pop this guy in. should kind of seat itself when I do that, but we'll see. So again, the last thing I want to do is incorrectly seat this, because I'm going to cause damage to my screws. So I'm just trying to be careful, but I didn't get it in there perfect, as we can tell, but it shouldn't matter. So basically, I have it nice and tight. I'm not going to mess anything up. If I yank on it a little bit, it's not coming out, right? So now, you're probably wondering, what the hell, Kev? You just put the clip on backwards. Yep, I did. Now, the reason I did that is so now I have leverage, right? I can now bend this without worrying about it. So I'm going to take the end here, and I'm going to be very gentle. I don't want to go crazy. I'm going to put my thumb here and my finger here. I'm just going to give it a little bend. You can see how easy that is to bend, and I'm giving it some gentle pulls like that. Now, you saw I did not go crazy, but you'll see a difference in a second when I flip this around. Basically, the main way to tell is the amount of tension it takes to lift it off the scale. Now, one thing I want to note is this little pad right here. I did not notice that before. That's awesome. Don't love the relief cuts right there, but I do like that there's that pad. And I haven't noticed there's relief cuts giving me a hard time, so that's a good sign. So that was our longer screw. Yep. Man, why is this thing being a little biz edge to me? It's a tight fit, that's a good thing, you know. It's just funny. Tighten it down. Tighten it down. So now when we look at it, obviously we don't want it tapping, but we want to check that tension, and it is now a little bit harder for me to lift this off the scale. It's not hard, it's just harder. And when I pop it in my pocket, I don't know. I don't think I did much. So I don't think I did enough. So I babied it, and I'm paying for that now, but that's okay. So another thing you can do, if you don't want to risk bending or screwing it down, you can actually try to do it by hand. So you can just take the clip off and give it some bend on your own like this. Like that. Now we'll check it again. We'll see. Now again, you need to be careful with what you're doing and make sure you don't go crazy. You know, you can add a little bit of a bump in there. I may have done that just now, but we'll see. And I can always flatten it back out a little bit here, right? So let's put this in, because I feel like I got a good bend on there. I will note this clip does seem pretty easy to bend compared to some others. It really always just depends on, you know, the knife, and the length of the clip is a big factor. If it's a super short, thin clip, something like that, it might be harder to bend than something that's long and has some mass to it. Oh yeah, look at that. Now I can't even lift it. Oh. So let's see if I can even get it in my pocket. Yep, you hear that pop? That's how I like a clip. I like a clip to have a little bit of pop. Yeah, that's perfect now. And yeah, it's great. That's how I like them. And the knife is still absolutely 100% good to go. No issues. So that's one way you can do it. Let me put that aside. Let me show you something. I've had to do it on wire clips before. So this is our Buzz design. And if I take the prototype here is a T6, but so I'll take this guy out. And same concept applies here. So what I do is take the screw and kind of let it settle in there. Wrap these in this way. Try to knock that screw up a little bit. It landed right in the freaking crevice. You gotta be kidding me, dude. And come on, there we go. So as with any clip, wire clip will mount backwards like this. Tighten it down. So now I have the wire clip backwards, right? So what can I do from here? Same thing. You just put a little bit of tension down on it, and then you take it out. And sometimes it can be tricky getting the wires back out this way, but then I'll just, same thing, I'll just settle it in this side. Kind of try to, God, seriously, you keep falling in that thing. Key is to try to not let the screw pop in until those tongs are in. There we go. Oh, shit, I have it upside down. All right, well, it looks like this one will just drop in, so that's good. And then tighten her down. And Bob's your uncle. Now you got the wire clip on tighter on this side. So you can do it with wire clips. You can do it with milled clips. You know, same thing would apply with something like this, the Bridgeport 395. I would just turn that backwards and bend. You'd be good to go. I'm just going to go through some stuff here and see. Now, there's going to be some that are going to be tough. This type of clip, right? This is a internally mounted clip from Trevor Berger. So what you would have to do in this case is two things. What I would do first is just take the clip off. So I'd have to take the whole knife apart, remove the clip, and then try to just hand bend it would be my first try. And if I couldn't do that, I would try to seat it in backwards and just mount it internally. You could do it while it's apart and then just hold that one scale and bend down. This one does seem like it has, the retention's fine, but it seems kind of on the softer side for a Trevor Berger. Usually they're pretty tight, but that's an example. I will say that I actually bent this clip. Well, not this one, but the stock one. I bent this the first day I had it. Same thing at work. I sat down and floop, and it came up. And you can see now the tension's really good on this. So what I do on these, you do not have to disassemble the whole knife. So I'll just show you, actually. So these are all T8. So what you do is you take this screw out. This is a Vero Engineering Synapse Lefty. And you'll see this is a one long screw. And then the clip is mounted internally with another screw. So you take the scale off. And here's your second clip screw. So you just get in here. Let me make sure this guy's tight. It looked okay. And you loosen this. And now your secondary screw falls out. Now, you can actually, I thought you could. I swear I did this. Maybe not. I swear I did it, though, somehow. Hold on, let me try it. Are there screw holes there that'll line up? I swear I somehow got it to mount backwards, like I did something. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe I didn't. I might have hand bent it, so I just did this. You just take, because this clip is pretty long, and this is zircotized, so it's going to be softer than titanium. So just put some tension on it. And, you know, it's a little bit of a process. You know, you got to give, take, you got to like wait a little bit. Sorry, you got to test it and then try again. I always recommend taking very, very small baby steps, guys. Do not go crazy right away. And yeah, now this guy is a bit harder to pop off. And you know, this is something I have to do occasionally on some knives. Like, I've carried this knife intermittently since I adjusted it. And, you know, I wear thick seamed pants. These off the grid pants. They do have a sort of double reinforced knife pocket in the corner of the pockets. So it's like twice as thick as the normal seam. So what happens over time with clips is it starts to lift it off a little bit, and it'll kind of slowly lose that tension. So you just have to do what I did there every once in a while, and it comes right back to where it was. The knife itself is perfectly fine, dead centered, no issues at all, but I have that nice tension on there. I actually have another one of them right here, and yeah, see, that one's not quite that tight either. So again, take our T8, pop that one off, T8 down here. And once you do this and you figure out your preference for a clip, it becomes something you kind of just do to your knives. Might not be the smartest thing to do, but I tend to, you need to be careful. You obviously don't want to overdo it and like break clips or anything, but they're metal, and good material usually equals malleable in a sense. Like, it's hard, it's tough, but it's also malleable. It's not going to just snap, Oop, bad idea, Kev. So we're going to take this, tighten that down, check this while we're under here, under the hood. And we're going to pop this guy back on. Just tighten that a little bit. I'll drop this screw in. And this is why I carry a pouch in my backpack for work that has all the tools I need for disassembly, reassembly, maintenance. I can do this right at work. I mean, it was, nice and tight now. When that happened to me at work the other day, I was like, damn. And think about sitting at work for 8 hours, because it happened when I sat down at work the first time. Imagine sitting there for 8 hours with a knife with a clip going like this, going, oh my God, like, I fucked this knife up. I can't carry it while I sit here. Like, now I got to just put it in my bag, like wrap it up or whatever. Imagine being able to just pop your tools out. Took me what? 4 minutes at work, maybe. I just took it off, mounted it backwards, bend it down, turn it around, tighten it down, bang, I'm back in action. And then, 2 more times that day, I heard it kind of click when I sat down. I went, fuck. But, see, now we're back to crazy tension. And I'm sure I'll do it again, But, that is one benefit of carrying knives that don't have clips, like this here Denka from Cabell Knives. I don't have to worry about bending clips and messing them up or anything. I got a nice protective sheath, and I'm good to go. But anyway, that's a quick tip from me. Is there any other knives that would be beneficial to show you on? I mean, yes. So here's like a Jesus, Kev. Here is, I always feel like knives are super fragile, but the whole point of knives is they're pretty durable. Sorry. Clips like this that are loop over kind of style like that, you could put tension on these too. Like this one's not too strong right here. So if I take this, it's going to be T6, right? Yep. Take my T6 out. All right. And then you can literally just turn it around. I mean, these are the easiest ones to do. Just turn it around like that. Tighten it down so it's not going to cause issues, right? And now I have flex right here. Now you need to be careful though. Where is it going to bend? When I bend it right here, is it going to bend right at this seam right here? Because we don't want that, right? That's what's going to happen if I do this. I may have done enough there, so we'll see. I'm going to turn it back around. I have an idea if that doesn't work. My idea would be to just slide it down one and just use one screw to mount. And I'd probably get the right angle at that point. But I think, we'll see if I effed it up. And again, trial and error is a big thing here, guys. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I mean, I've done this a lot. I have a lot of experience, but I am by no means some kind of expert. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me that down below. Come on. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got way more tension. But does it work is the question. Yep, works fantastic. It does start to bind up down here. That's what I was worried about. You see how it gets thinner here? But I have really thick pants, so normally you wouldn't have an issue. And a lot of that has to do with this clip being not seated into the scale, which would be nice if it was seated, but there you go. 3 types of clips. You have milled titanium. Oh, sorry. You have milled titanium. You have wire clip, and then you have what would you call this? A loop over. You call it a bent titanium clip, I guess, or spring clip, something like that. So all different options, and I was able to achieve the same kind of thing on all of them. So I think steps on this would be 1, check tension. 2, take this thing off. 3, check by hand. Can you do it by hand, right? 4, if that doesn't work, mount the clip backwards. Make sure you tighten the screw just like you would if you were mounting it normal. Bend baby steps at a time. If you have to do it 3 or 4 times, that's better than doing it once and overdoing it. And then flip back around, tighten back to normal, check tension, and once you're good, you're ready to rock. So that is a little trick for you guys on how to adjust your clips. Hope it helps. I know that was not a short video, but I always tend to go overboard, so you got 8 examples. I love you guys. Let me know what you think down below. I'll link the tools and stuff that I can down below that I had here, and if I can link the knives, I will as well. Let me know if you guys have any questions, though. I love you all. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.